is going on YouTube? Gyvi World here. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone enjoyed that introduction because I startled my dog and I'm sorry. He jumped. But anyways, guys, I've been reading through the comments and I've seen a lot of you guys ask, you know, Gyvi, how do we draft a Battle Royale team? Why'd you draft this certain card? Why do you say not to draft this certain card? And I remembered there are a lot of new people in the community, and that's great and it's exciting because it gives me opportunity to beat some of you up in Battle Royale and head-to-head whenever we play. So I appreciate all you new guys, but if you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to try to make this as quickly as possible, but Battle Royale is pretty competitive, especially once you get about halfway through. You're matched up with a little bit better players. There's a lot of good players out here in this game. The one thing I would say is I like this a little bit more than FIFA's draft. FIFA's draft and better than Madden's draft champions. I don't like Madden's draft champion. But anyways, it's 12 games, double elimination. Win 12 games, I believe you get 2 diamonds. Go 12-1, get 2 diamonds. Win 9 games, you get 3 cards and a pack. Win 6 games, get 2 cards in a pack. Win 3 games, get 3 cards in a pack. Win less than 3 games, all you're getting is a pack. So if you win at least 3 games, there is a chance of making possible some stubs. If you lose out without winning 3 games, you are guaranteed at least a pack, which is 1,000 stubs. So you're only at a 500 stub deficit, but you are able to pull some fire, possibly, not really. Packs are not great. But anyways, let's kind of just start a draft, 1,500 stubs. Give them my 1,500 hard-earned stubs. I do believe the first one might be free. But anyways, here we are. Here's the first round. The first round I do believe will always be a diamond. Really quickly, it's 25 rounds. You draft your entire team. 8 starting position players, 5 bench players, 7 bullpen guys, 5 rotation guys. And really quickly here in this draft, I got Ian Kinsler, I got Adrian Gonzalez, Kenley Jensen, and Max Scherzer. Right off the bat, this is my biggest and best tip and most important tip. Do not draft starting pitchers in the first round. Do not draft starting pitchers in the diamond round. Do not draft starting pitchers in the gold round. Do not draft starting pitchers in the silver round. And also do not draft starting pitchers in your bronze round. New to Battle Royale, and this is great because we didn't have this before. Previously in Battle Royale, we had 1 common round and only 1 diamond round. There were a lot more silver and bronze rounds. I believe there were still 2 gold rounds. But now we got 6 common rounds. Of those 6 common rounds, you're gonna want 5 of those rounds to be starting pitchers and possibly a bench player or even a relief pitcher that if you have a pretty decent bullpen. What's really important in this is good bullpen and good offense. So in this first round, instantly I can say forget Max Scherzer. Now I have Ian Kinsler, Adrian Gonzalez. Look at the contact on Adrian Gonzalez. Plus, not to mention he's a Gold Glover, I believe, so 90 fielding. He's got 90 fielding, but we also got Kenley Jensen. You can take the bullpen route, and honestly, if I get like an Andrew Miller in a diamond round, I will not hesitate to pick Andrew Miller. Reason I won't take Kenley Jensen is I don't pitch very well with Kenley Jensen, so I'm personally not going to take Kenley Jensen, but a Kenley Jensen in a diamond round isn't the worst idea. I want a very good lefty bat, that way when a right-handed starting pitcher comes in, I've got my Adrian Gonzalez to absolutely smash him early in the game. Now silver rounds is a good round to me to get some good relief pitching, to get some good role players, a good second baseman, a good third baseman, a speedy outfield, something like that. That is what silver rounds are for. So here I see there's a nice K-Rod, but the thing is, I personally do not like pitching with guys with low velocity unless I know that I can completely dominate with them because they have an amazing pitching repertoire, 4-seam changeup, sweeping curve, slider, 85 break, 64 velocity. The velocity's not great. I wouldn't pick him in this round. Rod Carew is a good left-handed bat, 72 contact, also has 97 contact. But here, avoid the starting pitcher, Hisashi Iwakuma. That is one that you don't even have to make a decision on. You can get yourself a nice little lefty bat and a Jason Giambi or something like that. There are 2 gold rounds, so you do have a possibility of getting 3 diamonds. I have seen that a lot. Here we got a bronze round. You're looking for, you know, honestly, I wouldn't want my gold or diamonds to be my catcher unless maybe it's 97 Buster Posey. So in a bronze round, a bronze player wouldn't be the worst thing. A switch hitting catcher, you know what? I hit. The stats don't say it, but I hit all right with Saul Telemakia. Silver round. Okay, so we got, what is it? Two diamond, 2 bronze, 6 common, and maybe 7 and 7 or 8 and 7 between silver and bronze. Here I'm just looking for guys who can hit the ball. That Andre Ethier, you're looking for something like this. Look at this Andre Ethier. You can put him at the top of the lineup. 95 contact right, 85 fielding in the outfield. That flashback Andre Ethier, only an 80 overall. I think maybe a little bit robbed because he had a hell of a year in the early 2010s. I don't know if that's what we're calling it. Rajai Davis kills lefties. Great speed, amazing speed. That is another card you can take. So let's just say we're gonna go with Andre Ethier here. As you can see, I want to have my lineup with a decent amount of switch hitters, lefties, and mix it all up. Diamond round, Glenn Perkins, Dallas Keuchel. Again, do not use your diamond round on a starting pitcher. I can go with someone like Francisco Lindor, have myself a switch hitting shortstop who can bat anywhere from 1 through 3. Manny Machado's a great card, great fielding, but you're gonna get a switch hitting shortstop with contact. I personally go here with Francisco Lindor. I got my first bronze round. As you can see, my rotation is empty. I'm not going to look at anyone. I'm going to go to the very last pick, and I'm going to take my starting pitcher. There's my first starting pitcher. If I can get my 6 common rounds out of the way first, that would be great. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have lefties, righty, a good mix of righty or switch hitters, at least one guy who can run off the bench, and what you're going to want to also do is make sure you have a lot of guys who can play defense. I saw a guy draft just recently in the game that I got beat, that I didn't even record, that I just got destroyed. I didn't record it because he beat me really bad. But he had a Kyle Schwarber, the diamond flashback Kyle Schwarber, postseason Schwarber, and he crushed me at the plate. He had about 7 pass balls. With balls thrown right down the middle, right at him. He had about 7 pass balls. So here we're just looking for guys with good enough fielding and good contact offensively. You're going to want to round out your bullpen as well with some guys with some good repertoires, some good velocity, or some guys that you just feel really comfortable pitching with. But here, you know what, I'm going to take Danny Valencia here. Very good contact versus lefty. So I do need a righty in there with good contact versus lefty. Gold round. Seg 1-0, again, I'm not going to suggest taking a gold Seg 1-0 in your gold round. I'd rather look at something like this. Christian Yelich, the contact is 85-83, and I'm not sure if that gets a plus 12 today, thanks to Insider Edge. Great fielding, pretty decent speed, good arm. Jason Kipnis, another left-handed batter, a little lower offensive stats, contact at least. Fielding's pretty low, it's not higher. Arms lower, speed's lower. To me, this is a no-doubter. I'm going with someone like Christian Yelich. Silver round, you're gonna, all I really need left on offense is a second baseman. Devin Travis or Josh Harrison. I could also go with Jordan Walden, who's got 83 velocity out of the bullpen for a silver round. This isn't really bad. He's got a 3-pitch repertoire, which isn't that great, but very good hits per 9, great K per 9. Home runs per 9 is also good, but walks per 9 is not. Here, I would not mind taking a Jordan Walden. Maybe I can get a gold second baseman. That wouldn't be bad at all. Bronze round, you can kind of manipulate the draft in your favor if you skip certain positions while they keep popping up, but eventually they're gonna force you to take one. Here I got a couple of lefties. One is a starting pitcher, so we're gonna ignore Brett Cecil. I'm gonna go with Sam Freeman because you're gonna want to have at least, I would say, 1 is the bare minimum left-handed reliever, 2 is a good amount, 3 is okay, 4 is fine. Any more than that, no. You want to have 4 and 3 between lefty and righty at the most, but I would say 2 is a good amount of lefties out of the bullpen. Here we got a common round, and we got two starting pitchers. Ureña has better velocity, so I'm just going to take him. Not that it really matters, because what draft is, you're going to want to have your starting pitcher pitch against the first guy, and that's going to be it. You're going to want to make sure off the first pitch, warm up a righty, warm up a lefty, mound visit to get them ready, pitch to the first guy, and whatever that handedness that guy is, you want to switch him out. Handedness is very, very important in this game. It played a much bigger factor in last year. I would say it is toned down a little bit this year. So if you do have a hitter who's lefty on lefty and he hits lefties better, you will kind of notice that a little bit, as long as you're not, if you don't get, mixed up at the plate when there's a lefty throwing to a lefty and you're someone who tightens up a little bit at the plate. But you're going to want to play matchups. This is why I'm going to explain how to set the lineup afterwards. But we got a bronze round. Daniel Hudson has great velocity, so I'm going to take him in this bronze round. Still kind of saving my second baseman to see if I can get him in a silver or a gold round. Another common round, going straight to a starting pitcher. I got Hudson, I got Hoffman or Winkler. I'm going with Hoffman, literally just because velocity. Hopefully we can burn a fastball past the first guy and then switch him out. Here we go, and this is a bronze round. And we got a relief pitcher in Webb. I'm going to go with Webb here. All right, silver round. Here we go. We got our second baseman in a silver round. We could go with Javier Baez, but we would not be able to get a position. I don't think we'll get a position player in a gold round, mainly because that would be bench. But it's possible we can get a gold in a bench. But there is Ryan Bearclaw, who has 99 hits per 9, 99 K per 9, 86 velocity. Honestly, how could you pass up on Kyle Bearclaw, the Bearclaws? Common round, going straight to my starting pitcher. Goodbye. Got one more starting pitcher, two more common rounds. Jim Johnson, we can go with Jim Johnson out of the bullpen as well. Only a few more rounds to go. Look, we got a gold round, and this is a gold round where I don't even have to look any further. We can get our third diamond in this round, and it is Dellin Betances, who's an amazing reliever, and he can actually close out my bullpen. That is absolutely solid. Now I honestly have a pretty decently balanced team, and we got Javier Baez anyway, so we're gonna go with Javier Baez there at second base. Common round, starting pitcher. A few more rounds to go, 4 more rounds, and it's our 5 rounds. We got a common left, and we're going all bench here. Want to make sure you have one guy with decent speed. Eric Ibar doesn't have the speed he once has. Neither does Cameron Maben. So I'm kind of just looking at overalls and contact and fielding. Cameron Maben could be a decent guy off the bench. He doesn't have terrible speed, so maybe he can come off the bench. Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you have a backup catcher. For instance, let's say if it's a clutch situation and I have my catcher Jared Saltalamacchia hitting, and I truly just don't feel comfortable with the matchup at the plate at the moment, and I want to bring in Cameron Maben because I feel Cameron Maben has a better chance to get a hit. And if we get into extra innings or to the next inning, you're going to want to substitute him for a catcher. So I always say make sure you have one catcher on the bench, one defensive replacement if you have a defensive player on the field in the third inning. A first baseman who doesn't catch very well, you want to have a backup for him, someone to platoon him with, someone with speed, and then just 2 pretty good hitters, hopefully at least one lefty bat. So here, I can go Dante Bichette Power, who hits righties very well, or I can go Charlie Blackmon, who's lefty and hits pretty damn well too. A little less power, a little more fielding, I believe. Let's say I'm going to make sure I get my lefty bat. I'm going to go with Charlie Blackmon here. And then I just got 2 more rounds left, and one's a common. So in this common round, you just look for anything that sticks out. Someone who has good fielding, or someone with really good contact, or someone with really good fielding. So I'm going to go with this guy. Didn't even see his name, Rio Ruiz. And then in your last round, I don't have a speedy guy really. Don't really have anyone with speed, but George Springer's decent speed, decent fielding, very good power. Alcides has pretty decent speed, good fielding as well. I don't have a backup shortstop, so I'm going to go with Alcides Escobar. And now I'm going to set the lineup and look at the bullpen. Now, what's very important is before you jump into a game, you're going to want to set your lineup. If I see that you have your lineup is catcher, first base, second base, third base, short, left, center, right, then I know you're a noob because you didn't even take the time to go ahead and set your lineup. Now, there's many ways to go about this. Previously in Battle Royale, people exploited this a lot, and this is why they had to make such a drastic change. Before the game started, you would see the handedness of the pitcher going. So, for instance, if I drafted a very lefty-heavy lineup, I wouldn't want to go against a right-handed starting pitcher, and I'd put my best hitter at the top of the lineup. But like for instance, my best hitter at the top of the lineup would be Adrian Gonzalez, 98 contact right, 96 power right, and 70 vision. However, Adrian Gonzalez has very good contact versus left, which means that he can handle himself regardless of the pitcher on the mound. So what if you want to get that matchup? You're going to want a hitter who can only face that guy and can't face a left-handed pitcher. So, for instance, I have Jason Giambi, who has 87 contact right, 83 power right, but doesn't hit lefties exceptionally well as Andre Ethier also, who has 95 contact right and 66 power, but only 44 contact left. So I want to make sure that he faces a righty so that I get the most value out of him. 7 times out of 10, I would say about 70% of the time, the starting pitcher is going to be right-handed. And after that, they're going to do exactly what you're doing. They're going to warm up their bullpen. They're going to go to their bullpen, and they're going to play the matchups so that, you have a pitcher pitching against a guy with, 47 contact instead of 87 contact, because Battle Royale is a 3-inning game and they go very quickly. So it's pretty much the first one to put up runs, continue to put runs, and get 9 outs. It's really all it is. So I could go at the top of my lineup with, I want my best hitters at the top of the lineup. I want to do as much damage as quickly as possible so that I can head to my bullpen. So I can do something, I can either have Jason Giambi leading off or Christian Yelich leading off. Someone with very good contact. I just happen to get a lot of guys with very good contact versus righty. And also it's very important that you have, you switch up the lineup. As you see, I have lefty switch, lefty, righty, righty switch. Or I could even switch it up like this. Lefty switch, righty, lefty. That way they don't bring in one pitcher. Like let's say for instance, like I only drafted one left-handed reliever. So if I bring in a lefty to face Andre Ethier, and on deck you have, let's say Alcides Escobar crushes righty. I have to bring in a righty to face Alcides Escobar, or he's gonna crush me. Then I'm out of lefty reliever. So if you play the matchups and you constantly switch them back and forth, you won't have the problem. This is why it's very important to make sure that you draft very good relievers, and I would say 2 is a good number of lefties to have. 3 is even better. 4, it could go either way, 3-4, 3-4, or 4-3. But I would say make sure you have at least 1 is the bare minimum, but you want to have at least 2 lefty relievers. Switch your lineup, lefty switch. Have your best hitters at the top of the lineup. We've seen the Blue Jays play with this a little bit. We've seen other teams do it as well. Have your best hitters off the lineup so you can get a runner on early on, and you can do things whether you have to move them over with a Francisco Lindor by putting on a hit and run or bunting him over, whatever it is. Battle Royale is just a scratch and scrape for runs. So you're gonna want to, like I said, put your best runners at the top of best hitters at the top of the lineup. Make sure they have favorable matchups, and you're gonna be set. And you're gonna make your way up to get 12 wins. Get yourself 2 nice little diamonds and a couple other rewards. Hopefully there's a diamond in the pack. But I hope this video helps you guys. I try to make it as short and quick as possible. So make sure you drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. The gameplay for this will be coming out soon. Peace.